What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 11 things I really miss about America. This is Lawrence, Lost Summer Pond. His link is in the description as always, but check this video out first. Ooh, he'll really miss. I'm guessing this is him going, if I ever did leave, what I'd miss. Or what
I
he
hope
can't
he's not
live without.
leaving now, because he's only just become a permanent person.
Yeah, he's got his sitting and shit.
He's bought a house.
He has been there for like 14 years, hasn't he?
But he's only just bought a house and
yeah,
life seems to be going well. You can't surely...
This definitely has to be like what he would miss. Like things he loves
Or
right
he's
now.
going away.
Or he's potentially going away as well. I'm not sure. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Enough of us guessing because I actually have no clue. So we get into it.
Yeah.
What we got? 11 things I really miss about America. What we got?
Like the bag.
Ah,
Ooh.
suitcase. Ooh, where's he going?
What a day to do this on. 15 years after moving to America. Today, I'm going to do something that I just never thought would happen. You tell yourself, ooh, this'll last forever, but that's never the case in life. And today, I'm sitting in my car getting set to make a video in which I make you think that I'm leaving the United States to go home for Britain.
I thought we were about to get baited then. I thought he was leaving.
Nah, I could tell we were playing it up, but I thought maybe he's going to the UK or something. I don't know.
In order to generate clicks and hoping that once you have clicked, you stick around, because even though I'm not leaving the
I
United
think we should go because he lied to us.
No, I like Lawrence. I like it.
States, there could come a time when I do. And when that happens, 10, 15, 20 years from now, there are hundreds of things that I would completely and utterly a little bit miss about it. And because nobody wants to sit through a 7-hour video, I thought I'd just pare it down to 11. And so amid this
40
appropriately
minutes.
British weather, here are some of the things that I'm going to miss about the United States. I've got the Kleenexes ready.
Trees, okay. Well, we're going to have to see later in a second.
I'm going to miss trees, which makes it sound like we don't have trees in the United Kingdom, which is blatantly a lie.
We definitely have trees.
We just don't have trees that are as big.
No,
Sometimes
we
here,
don't.
trees go so high, like the redwoods that I saw out in California,
Look at them.
that
They are
they might as well
tall.
have an elevator attached to them. In fact, some of those trees out west have such bloody thick trunks you could fit 2 elevators in there and a stairwell.
elevators.
Of course, in reality, this would be a terrible idea just because squirrels would chew through the cables.
Imagine.
But
Okay.
despite encountering the occasional pest, I'm really going to miss American wildlife. I don't know what it is, but in the last few years I've just become very, very fascinated by animals. I do know what it is. I'm in my 40s now. And because of where I live, a
Doesn't
lot
look
of them just
40.
happen to be North American.
Yeah, Lawrence are doing good for 40, isn't it? And yeah, wildlife is a big one here. There's so much more in America in terms of wildlife.
Definitely, like, just...
Don't know,
Even, like, different types of bugs.
there's a lot in the UK, but nowhere near as many in the
And
US.
I guess as well, as much, like, I say natural wildlife, as in, like, a lot of our wildlife, like, the crazy ones, like bears and things, are behind.
Oh yeah,
in zoos and
and
things.
stuff like that.
Whereas that is on the road.
It's just out in nature, isn't
Well,
it? In
yes,
the
I
natural
mean,
habitats and stuff like that, definitely.
So it's a bit more, like, free.
Yeah.
Species. And when it comes to the broad range of American wildlife, I feel like I've only just scratched the surface. A bit like my dog. I figured that I should include something about Chicago since I've predominantly lived here. And
Okay.
I thought, what could that be? Maybe the Silly Little Bean, which I've been to around about 7 times. Or
7
maybe something that I used to use every single day. The Lakeshore Trail. Because when I used to work downtown, I would put on this helmet, get on my bike, and hit that cycle
looks
path
nice.
like I was a
That's beautiful.
psychopath.
Do you know what it reminds me
To
of?
be clear,
Right, hear me out.
Jersey.
Oh, Lawrence is blocking it. Oh no.
get on my bike.
There we go. So, in Jersey, obviously we don't
The
have
Avenue.
massive skyscrapers. We've got a thing called the Avenue, which is literally basically that without the piers.
It's, instead of this grassy, but on this side, it's cars.
Well, yeah, it's a road on the right side.
On that
But
side.
it goes all the way round next to the main
main
stream,
bay, yeah.
beach and bay and stuff like that. To one bit,
It is literally like that.
and everyone runs on it. The cycle track,
Yeah.
and it is great to
In
have.
the
to be
summer,
fair.
it's great. It's,
It's
lovely.
great.
And
There's
it's
a
so
few
busy.
ice cream things there.
Yeah.
There's parking there as
Yeah.
well.
Actually, Jersey's would look nicer with the trees and stuff.
Oh, 100%. If there weren't the avenue actually there.
And the wall is on the opposite side for us, on the seawall.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you've got no balance on your bike, you're going straight in there.
Yeah. Although I think you bike on one side, I'm guessing. Although people are walking and biking on both sides.
Yeah, in Jersey.
Jersey, it's
those cycle travel. Sometimes people aren't doing that. But that literally just reminds me of Jersey a little bit.
does.
Obviously, there's no skyscrapers.
No,
it's
There's
different.
not.
But just the idea of it, a bit
By
of
the
a random
sea,
thing.
yeah.
It is beautiful as well.
And hit that cycle path like I was a psychopath. To be clear, I didn't do any property damage. But I did ride it. 7 miles there, 7 miles back, with Lake Michigan always at my side, unless I was in Lake Michigan. That was roughly when I stopped using the trail.
Diners. Oh, American diners.
I'm filming a video. What am I going to do without American diners? No, it's hypothetical. If I move back to England, what am I going to do without American diners? Because I know that they have American-style diners in the UK, but they're not the same. It's like when here they make authentic British-style pubs, and the reason that they're authentic is that they have 12 pictures of Queen Elizabeth in them. That's not something we do in Britain, and in America we don't have pictures of Al Capone scattered all over the place. You know, so I think it will be sad. And I love American diners. I love them more than I love my own, not my wife. I wasn't going to say that. But more than I love my own cat. He's in the house, he won't know about that. Every weekend, my wife and I make a habit of going to a diner. And it's usually one of those local types, you know, Frank's Diner or Catherine's Cafe. And there's just something really great and lovely and welcoming about the ambience of those places. And you can't replicate it in England. I mean, of course, we have tea shops, things like that. But this is different. It's something it's almost entirely American, and it is so difficult to describe. I think some of that is down to the food you get. I mean, hash browns, for example. You know, American hash browns are very American and hashy.
What?
Yeah, it's just called hash.
So it's like just loads of little bits of hash brown, is it?
I'm guessing.
Because like normally when we have a brown, we have a big chunk.
I think it's a bit different to ours. Yeah.
Ooh, I think I'd like little bits of hash brown. I think I prefer it actually.
Yeah, it may taste a bit different.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know it's weird, right? When you eat something in different shapes, it tastes different. Like a little club hash brown compared to a big hash brown, gonna taste different. And hear me out. Let us know in the comments. I want to know this debate, right? Square pizza compared to circle pizza, they taste different. 100%. Have you ever had a square and circle pizza, and they taste different? Never do. Let us know in the comments. But shapes make tastes. I don't know why.
We'll have this discussion after.
No, I want to see in the comments below. I don't think
the shape.
A square and a circle pizza taste. If you eat it like a pizza slice, you take out your circle pizza. Oh, that's lovely. Or if you cut a square in it, it's gonna taste different. 100%. Right. Anyway, carry on with the video. 100. Let's know in the comments.
Interesting.
Let us know.
Brown. I love them. I love
Maybe
diners.
I like all food.
I live for them. The conversation that happens, it makes you feel like you're in an American film set in a diner, such as Diner from the early 80s. And I don't know what it is. I will always love US diners. And are you still there? Yeah. No, I am. I'm choking up. I'm just thinking about the fact that they could one day be gone. I mean, in some respects, they are gone. You know, the diners, American diners, are part of a bygone era in this country. They used to be far more numerous and far more part of the American experience.
Old school.
But they are still here. And I think that's important. I think that they need to stay as part of the American experience. Otherwise, the American experience is no experience at all. Yes, I would like a refill on my coffee. Thank you. I talk about this one a lot on my channel, so I won't dwell on it, but I love food. Who doesn't?
I tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, definitely this. We only know these from the reactions, but it's like we want to give these, like, the food, the brisket, stuff like, we want to give it a go so bad. I'm like, oh, the food, definitely.
I definitely miss the food.
Do you know what I mean?
Not had it,
but I'll miss it. I do miss it.
People. But American food is often very interesting because they seem to take ideas from other country and then just create their own magnificent dish, right? You see this in pizza, for example, or Tex-Mex. And I think I'll really miss being able to get my Detroit style, or a burrito from Chipotle,
Detroit style's nice.
or a Baconator from Wendy's. It's making me hungry just thinking about it. It's true. I will miss American English. What? Oh, right. I will miss American English. And you might think, that's no surprise, Lawrence. You talk about it in all of your shorts. Yes, I do. But I also use it in my everyday life. Whether I'm taking out the trash or kicking a soccer ball or using the US date format. which still, after all these years, doesn't come naturally. But on the other hand, I
makes
think if I
sense.
were to
You're
move
not
back
used
to
to it.
England,
Yeah,
I would
it's grown
struggle
up
at first to
together.
use the British English equivalents. And my English cousins and their cousins will think that I'm purposely overdoing it on the Americanisms in order to look cool. There really is no winning when you've lived in 2 countries for more than a decade.
Yeah, I suppose. It
Yeah.
makes sense. Some people
When
are
it
going to
comes down
think you're
to
doing
it,
the
I think
opposite.
I would severely miss American road trips. And
Okay.
that is because I am at heart an adventurer. I am somebody who wants to see the entire world without leaving America. And you can do that, more or less, you know, because we have every terrain under the sun.
That is
So
true.
I love it whenever I get the chance to wake up and hop into an RV and hit the open road. I don't have an RV. We've never had an RV. I've never even been into an RV.
Maybe one
but
day,
the
though.
dream is real. But for now, my wife and I are more than happy to just do it in a Prius. I'm still talking about road trips.
Okay.
And we've seen
Wow.
a lot. You know, we've seen
Go on,
the
Lawrence.
entirety of Route 66, at least the Illinois portion of it. So not really the entirety of it, but some of it. And I had a great time. You know, we saw a lot of very kitschy things. We drove up to a 20-foot high spaceman.
Wow.
What more could you want? Except for incredible terrain, which America offers in abundance. I mean, you could be driving just east of the Mississippi, right, through Indiana. It's all cornfields and soy. But then you get out of there to Ohio, and that's all cornfields and soy, until you start getting toward Pennsylvania. And once you enter Pennsylvania, you start to realize, oh, look at this. There's a big mountain range approaching, or we're approaching it. And
We're approaching
it's
it.
insane how this just comes upon you out of nowhere. And then you're lost in it for miles and hundreds of miles until
That's a
you
long
get
time.
to
Yeah.
Philadelphia. And then it's just skyscrapers. Yeah. That's not the entirety of my road tripping experience. It's just one example, because if you were to take a car from Chicago and head west, not only would you cross the Mississippi River,
Yeah.
but you would also then go across the Great Plains for hundreds of miles and see lots of farms for a while,
Lots of planes.
Oh.
and then get to the Rocky Mountains and probably not have a way to get through. But it'd be thrilling anyway, because you could just get out of the car, jump on a horse that magically appears, ride off into the mountains as if you're in a film, and then end up in Los Angeles and
Wow.
audition for a film. You know, not on horseback. I can imagine that'd be quite challenging.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. He likes
Yeah.
his road trip.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we want to do a road trip one day, don't we?
Definitely.
Obviously, it would take a very long time. An RV, one of them RVs where you go, whoa, or we looked at the other
Yeah.
day, they look pretty cool, don't
They
they?
do.
American accents. We've learned there's so many of them. They are pretty cool, aren't
They
they?
are pretty cool.
Like, to us, I know some people say we don't have accents. We think we don't have accents at times, but you guys can hear it on us, vice versa,
Yeah.
and they are pretty cool.
I might miss American accents, which might sound weird to some people, but you know, when I was at university and I was surrounded mostly by fellow English students, when the odd, usually very odd, American student would turn up and they'd have an American accent, they'd stand out. Right,
Okay.
it'd be something
Yeah, they
that
would.
Yeah.
I'd have my ears pinned to. Ooh, what are they going to say next
My American
about
teacher.
us? I was never suspicious of Americans. I was more fascinated because you didn't typically hear American accents in my part of the world. And
I used to always go up to my teacher and ask and talk to her like on purpose because I wanted to hear her voice.
Your
All the
accent.
time.
Wow.
And so now that I've been living around them for the past 15 years and encountering many different accents from across the entire country, it's become a kind of a comforting thing in my life, because I play a little game in my head and it's, can I guess which part of America that person is from the way they speak? Just the other day I was listening to somebody online who had a vaguely southern accent.
Okay.
And they were talking about their Instagram account, and they were saying things like, I think my numbers have dropped a little bit over the last 2 years. And in my head I'm thinking, ooh, yeah, you're from Alabama.
That's a
probably.
good accent.
And
That
I
was
looked them
good.
up,
He's
and
good,
guess
isn't
what?
he?
They were from Texas. Just goes to show how little I've actually observed. But I do like hearing y'all's accents on a daily basis.
Oh, that was good.
Can you believe
Do you know
it?
that
I want
reminds
to hear
will
Do you
him
know-
talk.
Do you know who that sounded like?
Who?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I
that
want
was
to hear
so
him
Forrest
have a
Gumpy.
full conversation in an American accent.
Yeah, but you know what?
So I reckon he's good.
He has had 14 years experience.
I guess as
But
well,
fair play
maybe
to
he
him.
probably like when he's not doing videos, maybe when he's talking to Americans,
Picks
like when
it
he
up a
goes around his
little bit.
wife's
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
he probably doesn't know that self-consciously like he's doing it.
Potentially, it might be as well. And maybe he's just in Alabama. Yeah, I want to speak Alabama.
If I could speak like that, if I could do accents,
Oh,
I
I
would
wish I
talk
could do
all
accents.
the time in American accent.
Like I do, any accent. I can't do accents. I feel like it's a sick talent to have. Not to take the mic, just to do. I think
I
it's
just
pretty
love
cool.
to be in. I just love to be American.
It's like if I could sing, I'd love to sing. I sing all the time, but I can't sing. I try and do accents. I can't do accents.
I can confirm.
Never again
I think it's not
get to
that bad.
step foot inside an American park. And you might think, "Ooh, Lawrence, that's fine.
what
Britain
was
has
this one?
some side."
Oh, now
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I will never again get to step foot inside an American park. And you might think, "Ooh, Lawrence, that's fine. Britain has some sensational green spaces." And it's true,
Green
it
spaces.
does. There's no denying that.
Stonehenge.
But I have lived here for 15 years. That's almost a sixth of a century. And I've still never been to Yellowstone. I've still never been to the Grand Tetons.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But has America got Cleethorpes? That's what I'm saying.
Cleethorpes is where Lawrence is from, by the way. Well, Grimsby next to Cleethorpes.
Which
Cleethorpes ain't pretty tight, but I've taken Millie to Cleethorpes before when we went over to Rotherham.
it's an experience.
It's an experience. We want to go to Yellowstone, don't we?
Yes.
See if it
I've
compares.
still never been to Yosemite, and this is something that's going to leave a hole in my stomach. Yeah, that's probably the hunger. Actually, I need to run back in soon and get food, but I want to see all that. You know, and you can't do it in a day. You can't even do it in 15 years. I mean, these places are monumental.
Yeah.
They
I've
are
been.
on a level the size of which you just do not see in the UK. I've said this before, in a short. America has 2 national parks that are larger than Wales. Now,
That's mad,
I would
innit?
give anything to spend 3 months and just go hiking in one of those places. You know, maybe actually get an RV, because that's a lot of walking, and make videos about it. Instead, those videos are going to come from the much smaller but no less magnificent Snowdonia National Park, ironically in Wales. I really hope you didn't skip the intro to this video. But the US not only has the biggest national park system, it has the oldest national park system. You know, we always hear, "Ooh,
I
America
don't get-
doesn't have a history."
Was it him that pretending he were going again?
No, I think he. Yeah, I think.
Was he
But
pretending he
the
were?
intro is obviously the whole suitcase thing. And the
And
whole...
and then he said that he weren't actually going. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, is he actually going to Wales?
Yeah.
For a second, I was confused. It doesn't take much.
History, well, when it comes to national parks, it does. And they remind you of that when you go
World's
to
oldest.
visit
I
them
didn't
and you
know that.
interact with the ranger, which is a real thing. You know, and they tell you things like, "Oh, this is where Teddy Roosevelt got off a horse," or "This is the spot where some teenagers stole some bison a few years ago. Don't do that. It's very bad." And never mind the national
Stole
parks. I'm going to
bison?
miss the dog park where I take Arthur. I'm going to miss Arthur.
mad, isn't it?
Can he even come with me? So please look after your parks, America, and turn it off. Turn the camera off.
Sunsets,
I
okay.
suppose if the sun does set on my time in America, one thing that I'll greatly miss is American sunsets. Is that really the transition? Just because 2 of the greatest sunsets that I've ever seen in my entire life both occurred right here in the United States of America. One of them off the coast of San Francisco in 2018, and the other right here in the Midwest frequently. And actually, I saw a particularly nice one when I buggered off to the beach the other day during the stupid heat wave. And with the lake facing east as opposed to west, which is where the Pacific was in San Francisco, there was something quite scintillating about watching
nice.
this
It was
huge
beautiful,
star in our solar system create an enormously beautiful hue behind the beach,
Oh,
even
no,
if it
that's
was
Eagle
ruined by people. Some might say improved because of the silhouette. Either way, sunsets on this level don't really occur in England. Usually you get a very nice one, but just not as nice as these.
Fair enough.
I'll miss them a lot.
Fair enough. That's from his experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And finally, my American friends and family, and I think this is the bit where the producers wanted me to get emotional, but the parks did me in, man. So, and I don't like people, so
Wow.
that's unlikely to occur. But I do like some people, and those are usually my friends and some of my family. Yellow school bus.
Some of my family.
And with those, you can't really take them with you. This is something I discovered leaving England for America. Those friends and those family members, they have to stay over there. And then it's up to you and your access to Skype as to whether you connect with them on a frequent
Skype us
basis. And so far, I've done a pretty...
I swear you-
Now I know he's in his 40s.
I'm gonna say you've just thrown strays at Lawrence. Saying like you go to Skype, but you
I'm
Lawrence
sorry, I
catch-
just Skype. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I was like,
Some people still use Skype though. Skype for business, that I think is a thing.
Skype.
Yeah, I think that is still a thing. I don't know. I've not used Skype for a very long time. But like, what
FaceTime gang.
I know, yeah, FaceTime, but I guess in the pandemic it was Zoom.
Messenger.
Zoom became a big
Facebook
thing. But in
Messenger.
Zoom, like, I never used it, but isn't that the
I never
same
used
thing as
Zoom.
Skype?
I never use Zoom.
But a lot of people didn't they? But like Zoom calls
Google
and stuff
Meets.
like that. Oh, there we go. No, we're not sponsored by any of these,
Skype.
by the way.
I remember
Shout out
Skype.
to
I remember the little ring of Skype. Oh, it's so annoying.
What was it? Go on, give us a rendition.
So I can't remember.
Go again. I hope the mic picked that up.
Something like that. I didn't do it loud because I knew I think I'm wrong.
Lousy job of doing that with my English people. So I imagine in reverse, I would do the same with Americans and I'd forget all about them. Woo, boo-hoo! You know, I've just realised a lot of them watch this channel. So I'm not referring to you. If you watch my channel, that means you love me and you will stay in my phone book. But I think, all joking aside, Americans have generally been some of the most welcoming, nice and beautiful people that I've ever met. We Americans, like everyone, are just going about our lives and basically just trying to keep out of trouble. So well done to us. We are good people. There are some bad people here too. I mean, that's no different to Britain. And so with all of that being said, I suppose it's a good job that I'm staying. I'm Lawrence Brown. You can follow me on Twitter.
A fun little video. Good acting by Lawrence as well, with honest. But good point. I mean, literally, that was just a list of things we were like, yeah, we actually want to try these. We want to go to national parks. We want to try the food. I'd
be interested to know what 11 things he misses about England are.
That'd be quite interesting. Does he still miss them?
Because does he miss them?
Like, does he miss pub culture?
Yeah, I'm sure there's things that he doesn't do in America.
I know he doesn't drink anymore, but we've seen photos in his videos of him at pubs when he was young. So, does he miss going to the pub with his mates? I know in the US there's so many different alternatives, but it's just like, oh yeah, I remember when I did that. Nice. Does he miss P.O Box? Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Anything else you think you miss or not?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good.
Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.